Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm just testing the audio. Let's see if it's working. Yep, looks like everything's working. Good morning. Let me get the chat up here. Hey, good morning, Ladal. Awesome. I was just checking out your channel last night, actually. You have the that one video, electronic for youth looking to get into RC. I think that video. It's awesome. We need more people in the hobby, obviously. Hey, good morning, Leica. So if you're not aware or you're watching this as a VOD later on, today I'm going to try to build a TT-01 kit live on stream. No, you're welcome, Ladal. It was good. It was great. I'm going to try to build this live on stream. I got about 4 hours. I don't know if I can make it or not, to be honest. I haven't built a TT-01 for a couple years. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm just going to try to gather. I didn't want to do too much prep work. I didn't want to cheat. So I think I have everything. Let's see. What else do I need? The gear. I got bearings. So two things I'm not going to do on stream, obviously, is to paint the body. And that includes the wheels and tires. I'm not going to be gluing those. So I do have a set of pre-glued tires. I forget where these are from, but I'm sure they're decent. And I have bought a set of ball bearings, of course. I do use the Tamiya tool set. I've had this for a little while. It's great. And if needed, I also have the GIS bit and a electric driver. I have a GIS bit right here. I'll put that over here. So how's everybody doing? Like, I'm not sure if I ever asked you where you're at, where you're watching from, and if I did, I forgot. So, all right, there we are. Okay, so let's get started. There is the chassis. Let's see which side is. Okay, so it should be this side. So I know we're going to need the spur gear from this bag. That's the spur gear. And we're going to need the contents of bag A. Let's see. I know we're going to need a pin here somewhere. I don't know which. Oh. That's a screw. Who knows? We'll find it. Alright, so we're also going to need to put on some grease. So this will go this way, I believe, because there is a notch here for that pin that I need to find. And that looks like it's going to be GB2. GB2 is a spur gear stopper. So let's see what that looks like. I don't remember doing any of this. It's not going to be, I don't think it's in here. We'll see. Is GB2 a metal piece or is it going to be a plastic piece? We shall see. I think half the C24 kit to mess around with. Friend's gonna give me some custom rails for it since I got one. Oh, nice. Got the kit metal version. Nice. I don't know if I ever said why suddenly I decided to build a TT-01 kit. What do you call it? The TT-02 clone video did okay. It did pretty well. So I was curious about the TT-01 as well. And so I bought that. And since I sold my Euro truck, I don't have a TT-01 to compare it to, so I had to get one. And I think I got a pretty good looking one. Okay. I'll be honest, I have no idea where that GB2 is. What is it? Is it a bearing that looks like this? Or is it something else? If you know, please help me. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long stream. Hey, Sergio. I was just thinking about you. See if you're going to join us. I sold my last 1080, so I had to buy a new one. Okay. Okay. They're like $40 now, right? Sergio, you're here in my hour of need. Because I have no idea where this piece is. GB2. Let me just pour everything out. It might be in here. Ah, there it is. Voila. There's that. Okay, now I need to find the pin, and I think it's in here. Sergio, you're good luck. As soon as you came in here, I found everything. Not that you guys are bad luck, Ladal and Leica. All right, here we go. So we have the spur gear. Let me move this mic real fast. A little bit in my face. Okay, so we have the spur gear. Okay. We will need C5, which should be this one. It should be this one. Let's see. Nope. It's even smaller than this one, so it should be this. Yep. All right. So let's see how this goes. RB1 is going to be a bearing. RB1 is going to be one of these smaller ones, it looks like. Okay. So that's going to go on first. And then the bearing holder, and there's a dot on one side, and there's a dot. So it's going to face this direction. And then there's going to be a pin that goes here. No worries, Sergio. Welcome to have you. So it feels correct. Let's see if I'm right. Well, just pretending I'm building this for the first time, because essentially I am. I don't remember anything about this kit at all. Alright, so I think I did it right. So it should look like this. So that ring goes over the pin. So there we go. And we're going to set this in here. And I think I'm supposed to do this before. I'm supposed to put this in here before, so extra degree of difficulty here. Especially with bad lighting here. Okay. Ah. If it keeps going like this, there's no way we're going to finish in 4 hours. But that's okay. We'll do as best we can, as long as we're having a good time. Got my oh, nice, nice. Did you start building it yet? I've seen it. I've seen it at the hobby store, and I just can't pull the trigger. There's so many kits that I want to buy. I just can't pull the trigger. And I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of two-wheel drive buggies. I have, crap. I still have nightmares about racing two-wheel drive buggies. Back in the day, well, not back in the day, just a few years ago. And I did not have a good time. I always had trouble mechanically. So, yeah, I would rather wait for the four-wheel drive one if there is one. I'm not sure. If there is going to be a four-wheel drive one. And I'm not really huge on Kyosho retro buggies either at all. So it's not like high on my priority. But I know it's very cool. My local hobby store stocks all of the Kyosho stuff. They pretty much have all of them. The what is it called? Tomahawk, Optima, Javelin. They have pretty much all of them on the shelf. So if I ever wanted one, I can go get one. It's just like I said, there's just so many more Tamiya kits that I want to build. Alright, I think I got it. No, I don't. Let's move this bearing down a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, there. It's seated cleanly and it spins freely. That's great. I'll put some grease in here in a bit after I know everything is closed. I don't like putting grease before everything is set in case I have to take it apart. So this is going to go in here like this. I do remember that this diff and just this whole drivetrain in general is harder to build than the TT-02. And I'm probably experiencing that right now as we speak. Because this just doesn't feel as easy and intuitive as the TT-02. I mean, just look at what I'm doing right now. Okay. I'm gonna bend this. Okay, there we go. Okay. Let's grab these B8. That's gonna fall out, isn't it? B8. Maybe if you had a team with you, you could done better. Oh yeah, for sure. I did have a friend with me, but he was too busy winning the four-wheel drive to help me. And I was fairly new to it still back then, so I mean, I can blame a lot of things. And I also didn't have the best car. I had a B5M, and it was an older car. I just bought it used, and I wasn't investing in high-end electronics then. I was still using kind of import servos and just whatever Hobbywing just stock. My friend had the full setup, you know, the XC run, the good motors, just good everything, and he did okay. Okay, B. I need to concentrate. Can't find anything. Let's see. Tree B as in boy. This is it. And we need the battery. B8. 7, 8. It's this one right here. Okay, if I hit my stride, we'll move a little bit faster. All right, B8. Anybody doing anything fun later on? Anybody do anything fun yesterday? Anybody going out to the track? I went to the hobby store yesterday to buy this, obviously. And they canceled the club race for yesterday, which is normally the first Saturday of the month. But since they are hosting the Tamiya Championship Series next weekend, they decided to just cancel yesterday's race. So I was able to just waltz in there and buy this real quick without having to wait in line, which was very nice. Worked overtime yesterday. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you were compensated for your extra effort. And, you know, you have a little extra pocket money at the end of the month, so, which is terrible. So there we go. I think one tip for Tamiya kits is, I think the biggest tip for Tamiya kits is to make sure you use the right screws, because they have so many different screws. Good morning, Gurnet. I don't speak German, or whatever language that is, but thank you. Super video. Okay, I understand that part. Thank you. Are you going next weekend to the race? I will try. The track owner keeps telling me to come, and it would make sense for me to come. And just, you know, stay for one race or two, whatever, and do some coverage like I did, you know, 2 years ago at the other TCS. It was a good time. It was a good time. My only problem is that, unfortunately, my local track is not big, and parking is not very friendly. So if I get there too late, I will probably have to double park or park a couple blocks away and walk in. It's in an industrial area, so It's all just warehouses and private property next to a railroad, you know, stuff like that. He's actually under a underpass, right next to an underpass, and there just isn't any. There's no across the street from the track is the railroad, so there isn't any street parking. It's a 2-lane street, so it's kind of a. If I don't have to go there on a busy day, I try not to. The only time I go when it's busy is if I'm racing, and in my experience with going to a TCS a couple years ago, TCS is a very long affair. You can get there at 8 o'clock and not leave till 5, and I just can't do that. I can't do that. I can meet up at the race. I will definitely meet you there, Sergio, if you want. I will definitely meet you there. I will. We'll pick a time and a spot, and I'll meet you there. It's not a huge track. I can meet you in front of the hobby shop. Yeah, and then we can have a chat. Definitely. But are you going to race, Sergio? Do you plan on racing? Let's find that pinion gear. Uh-oh. I had one in here already. I think it's this one. Okay. And the grub screw's already in there. Nice. Oh, you're not racing? Okay. Yeah, if you're going to make the trip all the way from where you are, I will definitely make it and meet you there. Let's see. So we need a D3 and MA6. Hey, thanks everybody for hanging out with me, by the way, on a Sunday morning. Or evening, wherever you are. Afternoon. I know it's evening, or I think it's late afternoon in Europe, right? Like 4 or 5 o'clock. Is that right? Here's an honest question that I don't know the answer to. Are there different time zones in Europe? Or is it one big time zone like China? There's only one time zone in China. It's crazy. Huge country. All right. So let's go this way. And this is a 19 tooth. So are these labeled like the TT-02? Nope. All right, let's find MA6. It should be this one. Okay, let's see. So we'll line that up. And it's the top and bottom screw. Okay, that's easy enough. Where'd you buy the Dirt Master from, Sergio? You buy it online? At the hobby store? Leica, did you finish the TT-02? Forgot to ask you about that. Oh, you bought the 1080, right? Okay, so I assume you finished building you did finish building the chassis. I remember that. But what about the body? Did you get the right paints? I think you showed me, didn't you? Hold on. Okay, you didn't. Okay, I know you sent me a picture the other day. Ah, right. All right. Okay, I think we're done. We're making good progress. So I'm gonna set this in there, and we'll check the gear mesh after it's in here. Okay, I need to move the pinion gear out a little bit, and then find it in about a month. You won't forget it. You'll find it. Huh. I have to take this off. It's kind of dumb. Alrighty. I'm moving slow now, but when the clock starts getting closer and I start getting hungry, I'm gonna move a lot faster. Where did I fling that screw? There it is. I had some Portos this morning. I don't know if you guys know Portos. Like I don't think there's one in the East Coast. It probably is a Southern California thing. I believe it's Cuban. It's a chain of family-owned. I don't want to call it a bakery. It's definitely more than just a bakery, but they're known for their baked goods. Right, Sergio? And I had a couple of the potato puffs for breakfast. I did want to eat a little bit extra so I can get through the entire stream. And I do have someone to make grilled cheese sandwiches, I think they're going to make in case I need it. Okay, that's much better. Alignment, not perfect, but I think that's going to be good enough. Okay, now let's find that spur gear cover, which is this right here. And by the way, this plastic is a little bit different plastic than, say, your normal this plastic, or even the tub chassis. I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of a matte finish instead of that glossy finish on the other stuff. So it feels like it's a little bit harder. It reminds me of the uprights on the SRX. So which is cool. All right. Oh, speaking of spur gear covers, I don't know if you guys saw on my Instagram, I ordered a 3D printed part for the TT-02, and it is a spur gear cover, but it has a extra large hump where the pinion would be, so that I would be able to install a big pinion, like, you know, almost as big as the spur, which I'm not going to go that far, but you know, I'd like to. I think the biggest pinion I put in a TT-02 right now is 29. I'd like to go a little bit higher And if I can find a smaller spur gear, I would like to do that as well. And that's the reason why I haven't made that follow-up video with the motors. I skipped to servos. I didn't do that follow-up video with the motors and spur gears because there wasn't much to show. I really only have 2 other spur gears and maybe 3 or 4 pinion gears of different sizes. The difficulty is obviously the pinion gear because that is Tamiya 0.06 mod. So you can't just grab any spur gear off the shelf. I'd have to look into it. I think if I change the spur and the pinion to 48 pitch or whatever, then that's possible. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. Last night I was curious if I did a series on different motors on this car, would I get different results? And then I looked up the internal gear ratio for the TT-01. It's exactly the same as the TT-02, so there wouldn't be anything interesting. Just be exactly the same as the TT-02. Alright, this is above average difficult. I'm thinking I have stripped. Did I use the wrong? I used the wrong one, that's why. That's the smaller one. I was wondering why. So difficult to hold on to the screw. So anybody doing anything interesting in the afternoon? I have to go to Lowe's. If you're watching this after the stream and you're just like, trying to follow along how to build a TT-01, we do kind of engage in banter while I build. Keeps it more fun, a bit more engaging. Otherwise, it'll just be a video. What's the point of that? If I was doing something really simple, maybe just like something that'll take me 5 minutes, then I would start the stream and say, hey, everybody, and then I would do whatever I need to do without interacting with you guys for, 5-10 minutes, and then I'll come back and say, hey, okay, and now we're done, let's talk about this. But since this is going to probably take quite a few hours, I don't think it'll be fun for you guys to just sit there and watch me build. So I always like to, engage with you guys. Make some friends like Sergio, Leica, the regulars. Always grateful to have you guys. Did you guys see the unboxing video? I whipped that up in like 20 minutes because I had to open it. I didn't want to open it on stream. I had to, get it ready. Let's see. I'll just use this. I was a little bit disappointed that I didn't get any chocolate croissants or any kind of croissant. It was just potato puffs and some, whatever those, I forgot what they're called. Like cheesecake, bear claw looking things. Yeah. Chocolate is my weakness. Okay. And then that top gear goes on. And the gear cover. I hope these are exactly the same. It probably is. Going to line up the screw holes. Okay. And I'm pretty sure I saw those tiny screws. Yeah, it's right here. Did you guys vote on the poll questions during the week? It was mostly about servos. And it was very interesting because I started making that video probably since like Sunday, the servo video, budget servo. You know, writing the script and shooting the footage and stuff like that. And so over the course of doing that, I was just curious what everybody else was using in their TT-02. And so I started asking some questions. I got a few surprises there. I was surprised that some people use a pretty torquey servo, and I guess it's fine. I don't think it's gonna do any damage, but you really don't need it for a touring car. What do you guys think? What is the minimum torque rating for a touring car servo, you think? I think the very minimum is under 10, maybe like 9 or 8. I don't think they make 8 kilogram servos. But I think that would be very minimum for a touring car. Ideally, I like to use 12 or 15. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. And I am going to use one of those servos, the 5 servos from the video yesterday, this morning, for this kit. Because why not? Let's set that aside. We are done with step 5, I believe. Let's see. I don't think I missed anything. Maybe some grease, but that's okay. All right, what's next? Okay, this is the part where I remember was a little bit more difficult than the TT-02 because the gear cover, the diff cover, goes on like this instead of like this. So you kind of have to hold on to everything while you do this, which was, I think, what my impression was of this gearbox. So let's find the right bearing. It should be this one right here. This one is RB1, so it should be this one. Okay, and it goes in like that. Then we need this gear. Just that. Okay. And then we need 2 bearings on each side of the diff. Should be this one. Okay. And it's going to go in this way. Like this. It should, but it's not. Ah, this hasn't seated all the way in. This is not the correct gear. Or is it? It should be this. So what am I doing wrong? Is this not protruding all the way through? Oh, it needs, this bearing needs to go all the way in. Okay, let's see. I have a feeling I did something wrong. Because you can see there's a very clearly cavity for the bearing to go. I don't recall seeing it on this side, so let me see if I can dig this out. Just feel, oh, yeah, there is actually. So I just need to find a way to push this all the way in. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, there we go. So the bearing needs to go all the way in, flush, like that. Then this gear can go in. Then the diff can go in. And this is what I was talking about. How you pretty much have to hold it and then hold everything and put everything together. So this part was, I remember, was a little bit more difficult. I hope the chat is still working. Everybody's very quiet. I hope. I hope you guys can hear me. And I didn't lose you guys. So let's grab these arms, B4, B14, up and down, and then the diff cover and the damper stay. In the unboxing video, I thought something was a damper stay, and it turned out I'm pretty sure it was the bumper holder. I realized that after the fact. So I don't know if I actually got it out or not, but I do need to go to Lowe's later. I need to get some light bulbs for the garage. Those 48, well, I forgot what they're called. Those tubes, light tubes. Is that what they're called, supposedly? I think I'm just going to go LED this time and stop messing around because I'm tired of changing them. I'm getting too old to climb up and down. Yeah, shop light. They're ceiling mounted. They're kind of. Hey, Nitro Power, how's it going? These are the ceiling mounted lights that I have, and I do have to climb, which is kind of not safe for me. Okay. What is it? B4. Yep. And should be this one. How's it going with you, Nitro? Are you doing anything RC related today? Besides that, yeah, I don't have much else going on. I do need to paint a couple bodies. I need to paint a body for this car. I said in the unboxing video that I'm not going to use that Mercedes CLK body, CLS body. It's just too nice. I don't want to use it. I'm going to hold on to it. A5. I'm going to hold on to it for something else. Just too nice of a body. I want to keep it as a shelf queen. So I have a couple protoforms. I bought four protoforms when it was on sale. And I don't think I'm going to buy another protoform. And the reason is because they don't come with the livery of their stock photo. Not even close. Not even like a little bit. I might have gotten the wrong one. Is this the wrong one? A5. Let's see. Well, pretty sure that was it. How does this go? Let's see. Should be this way. And it should go here, just like the TT-02. But it is not. Let's see. What am I doing wrong? It shouldn't be this way. It should be this way. It should just kind of... I don't want to force it, but it should just sit right here. Oh, nope. It sits down there instead. See, there you go. Not today, because I'm studying, going to take my RC out soon. Awesome. What are you studying for? I had to study for like 3 months for my continued education. So I'm a real estate agent. That's my profession. Hopefully I can be a full-time YouTuber one day. But for right now, that's what I do. So I had to do continuing education, renew my license earlier this year. And since I am no longer school-aged, I knew I had to pace myself. So I started in January, and I didn't finish until March. Barely in time for renewal. That's just how long it took me. But I was okay with that. I wasn't stressed at all. It was just, you know, I got to pace myself. And I am a little bit conflicted as to this picture and like this picture right here and this picture is different. So, oh, short wheelbase. This is the long wheelbase. Okay, got it. So let me just make sure this is correct. How do I tell the difference? Okay, well, I guess we'll find out. So no screws yet, huh? Just everything goes on first? Okay. I was going to put a couple of screws in there, but apparently not. Let's see. Yeah, I remember this was difficult. So we'll see how it goes. Hey, Big Ass, how are you? Good to see you. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Okay, that lines up. Okay. I think I got it, but for some reason, I feel like it's catching somewhere. Just, I don't know if you can see that gap. Okay, the diff is not seeing all the way in. Let's see why. Let's take a look. Is it the bearing? It's probably this gear. Huh. Did I use the wrong bearing? I don't think so. So why is this not seating all the way? I don't know if you can see that, but it's not going in all the way. Let's see. Usually, is it this gear right here? Is that the correct gear? Let's try the other one. Well, it looks about the same. Ah, there we go. Had to push that in a little bit more. Okay. So, these are the lower arms. This is the upper arm. I swear I can't tell which is which. I think that's why they made the TT-02, because it's just so difficult. Okay, this one was this one right here. RC kits shouldn't be this difficult. It should be pretty intuitive. Let's see. So the upper is this way. Okay. Okay, here we go. London town, nice. How was the coronation? Was it crazy where you were? I completely missed it. It was middle of the night, and I saw some pictures. I saw some influencers' Instagram stories after the fact, but I didn't watch it live. Okay, there we go. And it should be like that. And surprisingly, it's only asking for 3 screws. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So it is MA1, which is the dark screws. Let's see. Did you participate, Mick Gas? Did you go take some pictures or buy some souvenirs? I saw video of what the I forgot what area it's called, what it looked like, with all the Union Jack flags, and it was very festive. It looked like it was very festive. And then I also heard about all the souvenirs that are available. Some are more whimsical than others. All right, let's see. I think the budget for the coronation was like $300 million, something like that. Something. I think that's the number that I heard. I think that's the number I heard. That's pretty crazy. That heck of a party. But he is a king. But I think it was interesting. I think the most interesting kind of footage I saw was King Charles and then Prince William standing next to him, and I think Prince George, the son, the grandchild, was also there. So you have three generations, future monarchs, right there. It was kind of interesting. 2 miles from Palace. Oh my goodness, it's just crazy down there. Picked up a McLaren P1 GTR body. Oh, nice. The car is crazy fast. Nice. What kind of electronics do you have in there? ESC and motor. I was thinking about. It was just a thought. I am not known for speed runs. That's not my specialty. But I was thinking about converting that clone, TT-02 clone, and do some speed runs with it. That's the only thing I can think of. Doing some steps, standing chassis, yeah, obviously. Should I just get this all the way in? I don't want to force it. I guess it's not too bad. Oh, nice, from L&L Models. Yeah, what kind of motor in ESC you have in there? Kind of precarious to not put a couple screws here, but we'll see. Okay, now the rear axles. So we have the long wheelbase and the... So I haven't decided what car this is going to be, so I don't know if it's going to be a wild wheelbase or normal wheelbase. So I'll just use the normal one. I don't think I'm going to... No, this one's different, so it's not this one. It's not that one. So it should be this one. It should be one of these. Okay. Well, these are the same. C7. Maybe if I bought a different body, it would come with different length axles. But this is the correct one. I hope. I hope, because these are the same. All four of these are the same, and I don't see any other ones. Okay. So let's move on. Let's grab those wheel hubs. Those uprights here, A6, I believe. I think it's this one right here. 80 amp ESC, 3300 kV Spectrum brushless, 25. Nice. Nice. You can go higher. You can go higher because you can go all the way to 64 and 29. They sell them. I think that's what I put into the SRX, by the way. But you can definitely go faster. I like to egg people on to do cool things. I hardly ever get to drive my cars, so I like to egg people on to do some of the cool things that I don't get to do. But every time I stream, and I know I'm forgetting about the grease everywhere. It's gonna be fairly easy to get to these parts. I think I greased the the gear in here. The diff inside the diff would be a little bit hard to get to. So I didn't. So I did grease that, but everything else I can just open the cover and grease it, and that's going to be easier for me to do and cleaner. So I'm using the regular wheelbase, and I'm also going to use the standard height. So I think it's this direction. Yeah, we don't have that E-Tronics brand here, so I've never heard of it. But 80 amp, you can go 120. You can do it. You can do it. And you got video on it, big ass? I hope you're documenting your progress. I'll check it out if you have a video. Just gotta shove this bearing all the way in. I remembered to buy bearings like last, I don't know, Monday or Sunday. And I was like, oh no. I need to get bearings for this car if I'm going to build it, because I don't want to use those bushings. All right, here we go. Okay, let's put on the skid plates. Okay, the bottom is not even closed. This is such a weird build. Okay, so let's grab that piece. And this is the third kind of plastic. It's kind of rubbery. So I don't know. I could probably look it up and find out. But I don't know what the Type E designation is. So all of the new TT-01s are Type E. So I'm curious. I'm sure they, made some modifications to the original to make it better. I just don't know what it is. And I would like to find out. So it should be these dark flathead screws right there. MA4, yes. So maintenance on Tuesday, replacing wheels and tires as blue. That sounds like a speedrun car. Yeah. Have you tried foams? Oh, that's as soon as I asked. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm not helping him. I was just kind of just talking it out with a friend. He has, I don't know if you guys have heard of it or not, the Relarlo AK917. There's a lot of internet buzz about that car. It's claims that they can go certain miles per hour out of the box. And I looked at that car initially. I said, there's no way that thing can go whatever. I think it was claiming it can do 200 kilometers per hour. I was thinking, there's no way that car can go that fast. And sure enough, nobody has been able to go that fast yet. It had a spare tire. It had like LED lamps and a fan. I'm like, there's no way any of that stuff needs to be on there for a speedrun car. And I don't think the fastest video I've seen so far is 100 miles per hour, and that's it. Nobody has gone faster. All right, 3 screws. MA3s. Yep. Foams are the way to go for speed runs. How fast did you get? Let your wheels. Oh wait, 103. Get there in the U.S. to go 103. Okay. Yeah, Baron Tone. I think the channel name is Baron Tone. I did see his video. Yeah, that spare tire is ridiculous. Oh, and you know what else? You have to have the carbon fiber version to change to smaller spur gears. The carbon fiber one has the ability to move closer to the motor, close enough. I want to say to move close enough to the motor to use a smaller spur gear. The metal version, I think, aluminum version came with an aluminum motor mount that doesn't go far enough. So if you got one of those, you're not going to be able to fairly compete in the speedrun competition. You check out Discipline RC. Okay, I will. Speedrun cars. He picked up 2 of them to maximize his chance to smash. Yeah. Let's hope you bought the carbon fiber one. If it was me, just, which is not gonna be me, but if it was me, I would have just bought the roller. I wouldn't have bothered with their electronics. I would have just bought, get the roller, and then put everything myself in. I just don't trust RTR electronics at all, minus the Tamiya stuff that I always use. You know, but I wouldn't put this on a racetrack to speed. That's what I'm saying. If you want it done right, you got to use your own electronics. And why are we putting on body posts already? That is bizarre. I don't really want to put on the body posts because I don't know which is going to be correct. So I'm going to skip those. All right. Where are we? Okay, so we need these in here. These are the out drives. Discipline RC. Yeah, definitely we'll check it out. Okay, and then a dog bone. Why is there grease on this already? Oh, it touched the syringe. I couldn't think of a poll this morning to ask you guys, but if you guys want to ask me anything, you're welcome to. I think I asked all the questions I had in my mind about servos already during the week, so I kind of ran out. And it should be this way. So I don't know if you can tell the difference, but this side is a little bit shorter than this side, so I'm going to put this side on top. At least that's what's in the manual here, if I didn't read it incorrectly. And then we're going to put some pins in here. So I think that's what I'll do first. I will put a pin on the bottom first. Hey, so for next week's stream, guys, if I can't find anything else to build, I will build the DT-02 Nissan Titan next weekend, next Sunday. But if you guys want to see something else, let me know. If it's something I can get my hands on. See, I knew it was going to be incorrect. This is not lining up. Why? I thought I did everything right. What happened? What happened? So which is wrong? So this is wrong. Huh. Yeah, I think the top is wrong. If I had to pick one, it's going to be the top. Okay. All right, no big deal. Taking things apart is part of the build process. I am going to go electric right now to speed it up. Oh, it's really tight. No wonder. Okay, here we go. So I need to flip the two upper arms. So what's the easiest way? Okay, I think I could do this. Okay. Da, 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 da. All right. Okay. Oops. Okay. All right. I got both sides in. Okay. And now this lines up. Okay. So let's put those back. It's this way, right? Yeah. And it is 2 dark screws. What I did notice, Big Ass, was a lot of people were crashing their cars, their AKA 917s. So either there's something fundamentally wrong with the car, or YouTubers can't drive. I don't know which one it is. I don't know which one it is. I really think it has a lot to do with the surface condition. I you know, when you're doing speed runs, it's just one little bump. When you're going, you know, 70, 80, 100 miles per hour, it's one little bump can send you flying. So I think the two things that make contact with each other are the most important, and that's the tire and the road. Like I said, I would use my own electronics. I wouldn't use the RTR electronics, and I wouldn't even. I don't know if there's a restriction on the batteries, but I would just go straight to 4S. I wouldn't even bother. If I can get away with 6S, I would even. I don't know if it'll fit, but I would go with, you know, 4S just right off the bat. Why mess around? Just go for glory right off the bat. probably use the wrong pin for the bottom. Let's see. Yep, most likely use the wrong pin. Let's see if I'm right. Yep. Okay, let's do the other side. So it's this way. Okay. As far as I know, because the name brand Rollarlo hasn't really gotten a foothold yet, and I don't know if it ever will. I think the U.S. RC market is already too crowded, I guess is the right word. And to me, the 917 is a one-trick pony, even though I heard that it handles pretty well. And speed running, maybe if it can get into drag racing, it would maybe gain some traction. But just as it is, as a speed run car, I just don't see how it can rival Arma or anything out there already. The infrastructure is not there, first of all, and I think people are learning that the hard way right now. If you break something, it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks. But I know that's been true for pretty much all import brands from China, just like WL Toys and stuff like that. I understand that. So, and a lot of people are not willing to wait, and I'm one of those people. I want to just go down to my local hobby shop and pick up what I need. Or just order something online and get it here in 2 days. Let's see. So, this is B9 and B10. So, let's see. 9 and 10. It's looking pretty good, guys. What do you think? Do you think I'm going to finish in time? I have to be honest, I think I'm making decent time. We'll find out. Honestly, don't know what the difference is. How do you tell the difference between the... Oh, one's bigger than the other one. Okay, so let's find those suspension balls. P7. This was never my favorite part of the TT-01 or TT-02. The suspension balls. They're in this bag. Do you plan on buying the AK-917? Da, da, da. Yeah, like I was saying, if you guys have any other ideas for kits I should build, let me know. One day, I would like to do a stream where I build a TT-02 without a manual, just by just from memory, and see if I can do it. But let's wait a little bit. I've built so many TT-02s lately. I don't want to do it right now. Let's wait maybe a month or two. I do want to get the BR whenever it comes, because I want to convert the B to a short course. I'm waiting for a replacement. Okay, let's grab these, flip the page. Like I said, I think we're making good progress. We might be able to do this in 3 hours, I think. All right, let's build the other diff. So we're going to need parts bag B. Let's grab that. This is a little RPM parts tray. I think it's like $2. So if you're ever on Horizon Hobby buying something, and you need it like a few bucks to get to $100 for free shipping, this is the item you should look for. It's pretty handy. I like having this thing. I have other trays, but it just seems like this one is always the right size, and I don't lose anything when I use this. Okay, let's see. Same thing. Build. Keep doing this. Okay, I'm gonna set this in a different place so I don't get grease everywhere. I am enjoying myself, guys. Building kits is one of my favorite things to do. And it seems like starting an hour earlier is putting a lot less stress on me to try to finish. And doing it only once a week has also helped kind of taken the anxiousness out of it, because I feel like I don't have a weekend when I was doing both days, So I was happy I was able to just relax, even though I was doing RC stuff. Just kind of relax and finish some videos, and then go out and grab lunch, things like that. Normal Saturday things, and I was able to do that yesterday. So yeah, I think I'm only going to stream on Sundays going forward. Seems to work for me. And I think, at least for me, that to prevent burnout, that I don't create situations that are stressful for myself, and then um, get burned out and then not do it for several months. And that's happened to me several times over the last few years, especially during the summer, where it tends to get a little bit busier at work. And so I kind of have to take a break, and sometimes the breaks are just longer than they need it to be, and it's just a mental block trying to make videos again. Um, so I'm hoping to kind of avert that this year. Kind of just make videos year round, and hopefully stream year round. This is fun for me. So again, I've moved away from the build series and doing individual videos, which I might still do. I might still do that. And then have gone for streaming instead and having just one complete build. Different format. And then only making one video a week of higher quality, a little bit more research, just better videos, and only make one. So that's what I've been kind of experimenting with, and so far I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. Nope, this is not the right size. It doesn't look like it's this one either. This is going to go on the bearing. Okay. If I remember correctly, there's only 3 sizes, so this should be it. Okay. Alright, this one goes all the way in quite easily. Again, looks like this. It should go all the way in flush. And this should also go all the way in flush like that. And same thing, we're going to set this in here. What's this one? 2 bearings? 2 bearings. Is that right? Let's see. Hold on. So 2 bearings. Let's see if I can shove another one in there. What is this one? P3. Okay. P3. Huh. Interesting. So there's a spacer here somewhere. And here. Which one is the P tree? This is B. This one is B. So we should be, yeah, P3 is that right there. So let's grab this. And let's see if I can push this bearing in a little bit more. Doesn't look like it's budging. We'll see. Oh, it is moving. Cool. Okay, very cool. So there's two. I'm feeling this is going to take a lot of force. Okay. And then how the heck am I supposed to do the third one? This is so much harder than the TT-02. Oh, brother. Why? Okay, let's see if I can just push that one all the way through first then. Let's see how far I can push this without damaging the bearing. Okay, there we go. It just doesn't want to go in any further than this. Oh, you can see that. Right now, the plastic piece is flush. But we'll see how I can get another bearing in there. We have to try. Let me see if I can use a... Is this big enough? Yeah, there you go. So use the wheel hex, and you can push the bearing evenly, and you can avoid the shaft. So this is the size for the wheel, I think. Yeah. Okay, there we go. All right, so it's going to be right here, and we're going to do the same thing with the arms. Okay. So I'm hoping maybe I can go to another hobby store later on after Lowell's and browse a little bit. The last time I was at Tony's Hobby, which is a hobby store near me, pretty close to me, they had the Formula, the F102. I think we talked about this last week. Kit. It was like $200 something. I didn't buy it because I was there to buy something else, and I try not to impulse buy anything. But now I've had a week to think about it. That would be something neat to build on stream, yeah? What do you guys think? I think that would be interesting to build on stream. I have never built that. I haven't even seen what the manual looks like. I did look at the manual for this car last night, just to kind of refresh my memory a little bit. And kind of see how realistic my plan was to build this in one sitting, and it was, I looked at it reasonably, and I was like, I think I can do this. I think it's possible. For sure, if I didn't have to narrate, I can definitely do it. Actually, you know what? That's not true. If I didn't have to stay here on stream and do it all in one sitting, I wouldn't be able to sit down long enough to do it in one sitting. Oops, I did it upside down. That is the truth. I cannot sit still. ADHD kicks in and I cannot concentrate enough. Even though hyperfixation is something that I'm prone to, I would just start getting antsy and just start walking around and doing other things. Alright, give me a second. I need to cut something out. Just going to borrow that. I need to cut out the other damper stay right here. So after this, we got the front uprights, and then we're pretty darn close. It's right into the electronics right after that, so we're looking pretty good over here. And it's not even 10 o'clock yet. So maybe this will only be a 3-hour stream. We shall see. If you're watching this and you're considering buying a TT-01, I would urge you to look at the TT-02, because I assure you this is more difficult to build than the TT-02. Yeah, that is a true statement, unreservedly. I have no reservations about saying that, making that statement. And I don't think I have the right screw here for that middle. Let's look in this bag. It might actually be this one right here in this bag. We shall find out. Yes, it is. Tamiya has never shortchanged me a screw, a nut, a bolt, anything. In all the kits I've built over the years, they have really perfected putting these kits together. I think only once, and I think it was the TC-01, the new kit that came out. They had an addendum. Something was printed wrong. That was the only thing. As opposed to like Horizon, I've seen that happen several times. I mean, I remember, what was that car called? The Capra. when the camper first came out, you couldn't even put it together because there was an error in the manual. I was one of the early adopters of the Capra. That's when I was still doing crawler content. I like crawlers. I would love to build a crawler one day, but I don't think I don't want to say I will alienate my audience, but I think I would get a net gain because I would find other viewers, but I kind of enjoy the audience I have now. I kind of enjoy making content, Tamiya content, first of all, and I also enjoy kind of interacting with the group of people we have here today. I don't want to say Tamiya guys are more civilized, but might be true. Plus, I think the Tamiya community is worldwide. I think that's part of what I like about it. I get to interact with people from England, from the UK, from Sweden, of course in the United States. Just all across the the whole globe, and that aspect of it is interesting. As opposed to something like a 110 buggy team associated, I would get an audience with that too, no doubt. But I don't think it would be as international as with the Tamiya audience, and I enjoy that aspect of it. Oops. I wouldn't mind if you changed up. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm thinking. Now, the only thing I might build that is not Tamiya is a 3 racing kit that I've been waiting for. The Sero Sport. And if you look at my channel, I have a lot of 3 racing kits. So that's kind of, I don't want to say something my channel's known for. But that's another kit brand that I enjoy building. And it would be a touring car. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do a build series instead of a stream. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that. I do want to build a CC02 Bronco. I think it's a CC02. I do want to build that kit at some point. So that would be more or less a crawler. More of a trail truck. But that would be interesting to me. Hey, does anybody here have a DT-02 chassis? Holiday buggy or anything else like that? That's what the Nissan Titan is going to be. I was wondering if anybody else had it. And I'll tell you the reason why I ask. Okay, same thing as the other side. Get a sip. I asked because I was browsing on eBay yesterday and something popped up that caught my eye. It was a DT-02 aluminum chassis. And I think that would be pretty cool to swap out. It's just the chassis, it's not a clone. So I thought it would be pretty interesting to test it. And then I looked up, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, do a lot of people have DT-02s? And then I looked, there were quite a few hop-ups, which tells me that there is a following, which is cool. And I do have the Nissan Titan. I already sold the holiday buggy that I built. I wasn't crazy impressed with the DT-02, just to be really honest. It's obviously aged. Let's put it that way. Then I built the Neofighter. I think it's called Neofighter, the DT-03, and that's better. But I'm not a big fan of monocoque designs. Not a big fan of tub chassis either. But between the two, I would rather have a tub chassis than a monocoque design chassis. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to do top first. I'm going to let gravity help me here. Okay, so I need A1 and MA3. Let's find A1. Is this the A tree? It should be this one right here. It should be those two right there. Yeah. I think if you build enough Tamiya kits, you'll realize how efficient they are. A lot of parts are identical, and so they can just mold two trees, well, one type of tree, and put two in the box. And I think that is very efficient. Rather than having unique parts throughout the whole car, you have the more or less the front and the rear sharing quite a few components. I pretty much the whole, I mean, between the front and rear, the only thing different are the arms and the hubs, the uprights. That's it. Everything else is essentially the same. And did I screw up? I think I screwed up. I might have screwed up. Let's see. I think I forgot to put something. Yeah, I forgot to put the bearing in here. But that's okay. I caught it in time. No harm, no foul. And the only way I caught it is because this was literally falling through. Okay. All right. Okay. So there's that. Let's do this side and I'll flip it over. Let's not forget the bearing. Hey Sergio, does the Dirt Master come with any electronics at all? And if it doesn't, what do you plan on putting in there? If I remember, have I built any Kyosho kits? I think the only one I built was the motorcycle, and that did not come with any electronics. And I get comments regularly where I found the Kyosho ESC. ESCN motor. I mean, I bought that together with the kit. I think the hobby shop owner just ordered it, ordered the fuse set to match the kits he was getting. I still think it's a really fun build, the hanging on racer. Oh, another kit I have already that I can build on stream is the, what the heck is that thing called? The tricycle, Tamiya tricycle. I forgot what it's called. But I have that as well. I can also build that on stream. That would be completely different. I've never built that kit before, and actually might be challenging. The only thing I'm afraid of is if I don't have the right electronics that fit. Like, I don't know. I know it uses like a standard size ESC. I don't know about the the servo or anything, and I know that it uses a hump pack. It does come with a battery carrier where you can use AA batteries. So I can always use that to start and then get the hump pack later. But you know, I thought it'd be interesting. Kyosho brush. Oh, nice. Oh, that's really cool. Is it called Le Mans? Is that the Kyosho brand? Is that the Yeah, I remember seeing some of those. I thought I was gonna go pick one up, but they're kind of pricey. Can't beat the old Hobby Wing. So I did find a oh, nice. I did find a censored brushless combo ESC and motor that doesn't require soldering. I don't know. I think that would be kind of perfect for something like a TT-02. Somebody who doesn't know how, doesn't want to, doesn't have the equipment, whatever it is, soldering. And this kit comes with, you know, the same bullets that the brushless, the non-censored, the sensorless ESC motors are known for. That was the only one I've ever seen. So I was thinking about picking one up and testing it, and make that a recommendation for going brushless in the TT-02. A little bit of an investment. It's actually cheaper than the Hobby Wing as well. Okay. Again, if you're following along, make sure you grease all the parts. I am skipping that just to keep my fingers clean for the build. And I can always go back to grease everything up. Wow, we're very close. Look, we're already at the bumper and then electronics next, and we're done. Okay, so let's work on dampers. Hey, Shelly. GT tune motor has crazy torque and makes my Blitzer Beetle do donuts all the time. Oh, very cool. GT tune. What color is the GT tune? Because I know the super stock is supposed to be faster than the sport tune or the torque tune. What color is the GT tune? I remember seeing pretty much all of them on Amazon. I just can't remember which one is the GT tune. So GT tune. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe I haven't seen it. I'll look it up. Did you, Shelly, did you see my video on brush motors testing? And I found that one motor, pretty much the cheapest motor, was the fastest in the TT-02 with the 1060. Oh, what ESC do you have in the Beetle, Blitzer Beetle? I don't think I have. I know I've never built it. I don't know which Beetle I have. I have one in storage. It's black, so I'm not gonna build it. It's a collector's Beetle. Hobbywing 1060, yeah. For sure. Yeah, so I found that one of those cheap Ghoul RC motors was the fastest of all of the motors that I tested, which was bizarre. Okay, let's see how this goes. Ah, you know what? Dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. How does this go? Alright, let's see. I gotta pull this back out. Is it this way? This way. It's this way. I gotta pull this back out. So okay, I'll pick that one up. How does this come out? Oh. This way or this way? There we go. I was pulling on the wrong part. And it should be this way. Like that. There we go. Let me find the other one. Okay. Shelly, where are you watching from? Welcome to the stream, by the way. Are you here in the States? Are you overseas in the UK or Europe? Nice. Thanks for joining us. Do you have a TT-02 or TT-01, Shelly? Or you're mostly into the bigger Tamiya kits? I should finish my Wild Willie one day. Built the chassis, I never worked on the body. It's just so daunting to work on a plastic chassis and using like TS paint. That kind of stresses me out. It's just trauma from building plastic models when I was younger. Let's see. Like plastic painting is just awful. For me, I'm terrible at it. Yeah. And I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram post. I bought a little Blend Holiday Buggy lunchbox, and oh, nice. Okay, I don't know what chassis the lunchbox is, but I know that the Holiday Buggy is a DT-02. So I asked earlier, Shelly, I don't know if you were here. Childhood reasons, yep. I don't know if you were here earlier, but I asked if anyone who owns a DT-02 would be interested in seeing a aluminum chassis conversion. I found a hop-up for the DT-02, with the aluminum chassis. Thought it would be interesting for someone who owns a DT-02, or it's not a big deal. So if you can let me know what you think, since you have one. Okay, I just keep turning. I'm doing something wrong. Am I just turning right here? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Don't have to push in to turn it. Childhood reasons for sure. How did you get into the hobby, Shelley? Parent, sibling, your own curiosity? What does it say? Attaching dampers. MB3 and B16 for short wheelbase chassis. We are not building a short wheelbase. So the top one, so I need to build 4 of these, and for the rear, I'm going to use the MB2. MB2 are these ones, the darker ones. Okay, and so where the heck does the MB3s go? Steps. Oh, if it's a longer, if it's the short wheelbase, then you use the M33. Okay, makes sense. And it's the inner hole right here. Yeah, childhood reasons is the reason why I have a grasshopper and a wild willy. I also have a fast attack vehicle, but it's the XB version. What do you call it? The one that's already pre-built and it's in a big box. Yeah, that's the one I have. I couldn't find a kit. I would love to have found a kit, but couldn't find it. So I settled for a RTR. Those are the 3 cars I had when I was a kid. Hey guys, Sergio, like everybody who's online, do you have friends, like your friends that are also into RC? Or you guys are just like your own kind of only hobbyist that you know in a close circle? Because I don't personally, I don't have any friends. Oops. Who are into RC. Yeah, and any RC friend is pretty much met through a friend of a friend, not a. Yeah, I think as a grown up, it's hard to get, hard to find friends who are also into RC. I do have the track owner. That's chat a lot with him about it. He's also, I think, around the same generation as me, and he's also same as me. Childhood Tamiya, you know. There's quite a few of us out there, and because I look at my demographics, the folks that watch my videos are a little bit older than people who watch my live stream. Yeah, no friends either, huh? Same as me. Yeah, it's interesting. My demographics are you know, I guess it makes sense. Kids more watch more live streams. Younger people. And the older folks just watch YouTube videos. That makes sense. Um, the older folks has Facebook. The millennials have Snapchat and Instagram. And the young folks have TikTok. I land squarely in Generation X. That's where I came from. The lunchbox takes me back to better times. Yeah, for sure. We all have fond memories. Well, at least I did. Of it's my father has passed away already, but it's one of the only few memories that I have of him was doing RC. So I very much appreciate this hobby. Definitely a connection with the past. Alrighty. So this upcoming week, next Sunday's video should be about the TT-01 clone. It should be. Unless I change my mind. The only other video it could be, load disk space. Uh-oh, manage storage. Give me 1 second. I need to move some files. Wow, this stream is crazy. Size videos. Let me grab everything that's not today and move it to the other drive. I'll just put that there. Hopefully that will do it. Okay, it's already stopped recording. So I'm gonna click that again. I probably only missed a little bit recording wise. Alright, I didn't lose you guys, right? Everybody still there? Kind of panicked for a second. My computer said it was out of space recording. I record all the streams. Even though I have the VOD YouTube on YouTube, I still record. So if I've ever wanted to get a little bit of footage, I have it, you know, to make other videos with it. I can just grab it. Apparently it takes up a lot of hard drive space. Okay, so in the front is also that inner hole. I have discovered, and I think personally it's very true with Tamiya kits, that one of the cheapest, free pretty much, ways to tune your car is just to change the damper angle. Just move it to the other hole. I've demonstrated that in the TT-02B and how different the car behaves just by moving the shocks, just by moving the dampers. All right, thank you, Sergio. And then second to that would be springs. Springs also make a huge difference in my experience. Again, it's not recording, not enough room. All right, well, guess I'm gonna lose a little bit of footage, but that's okay. Let me see. Yeah, it's still copying, so okay, we'll just, I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll find out. Shootout and the motor shootout is some great information. Oh, awesome, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I think I was saying, I have one more set coming, but I'm working on a video on dampers as well, aftermarket dampers, because a lot of kits come with these, and I think one of the fastest, well, one of the best hop-ups, like I said, the springs, but was just to change out the dampers. I think the dampers have a lot to do with your handling. I would say top 2 or 3 factors. Your suspension is probably maybe even the first. I know that TT-02 doesn't have the greatest steering, but I think the suspension is a little bit more influential. That's awesome. Always good to have feedback from the community. So do everybody have? Does everybody have still use the kit included these dampers, or everybody's invested in some kind of hop up dampers? Because I will have 5 different ones, kind of like the servo video that just came out. It will be 5 more or less budget. I mean, it's not as expensive as the TRF dampers. I think they're TT-01 or whatever. They're super expensive, like $90 oil-filled dampers that Tamiya has. It's the CVAs are kind of right in the mid-range, and I do have a set of CVAs from the TT-02. But I would, come up with 5 different brands, starting from, I want to say, under $20 all the way to $45. Again, similar to the servo video that just came out. So yeah, that's something I'm working on. Hopefully, if it's not going to be this upcoming Sunday, it's going to be the Sunday after. The last one is coming from overseas, and it should get here by Monday or Tuesday. At the CVA shocks. Yeah, the CVA shocks are decent. I mean, it's oil filled. And they're not terribly expensive. They're actually cheaper than two of the ones that I'm recommending. The two I'm recommending are top two. I'm recommending are the racing ones, the Shock Gear and the Cutest. But that should be no surprise to anybody. Plenty of videos in my channel for those two. But I had to. I sold the car that I put the Shock Gear in, so I had to order another set. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna need these steering components. D11. Okay, they're the same. Uh-oh. Did I lose you guys there? No? Hopefully not. I got a message that said disconnected. Yikes. Okay. I gotta be a little bit more careful about this space. The C drive is just a 500 gigabyte NVMe, and then I have an old school HDD that's like 1 terabyte, I think. This computer is 2 years old. It was a hand-me-down, and I'm running a 3060 on it. Anything is better than the computer that I used to use to make videos. Anything. Thing didn't even have a video card in it, so I think it was like I think it's a Dell or HP. I forgot what it was. So I was really happy when I got this hand-me-down computer. The person that handed it down to me went to AM5 and went to AMD GPU as well. So I got everything. If the AM5 CPUs didn't need a new motherboard, he probably would have kept this computer. One of your other hobbies, awesome. So you must have a awesome computer then. I don't play much games anymore. I did play Call of Duty for... I always play Call of Duty for the first couple months it comes out. This year lasted a little bit longer because I was playing DMZ, which I really enjoyed. Really fun game mode. And so we have to pay attention to this. So there's two sides. One side is lower than the other. And we're going to put this link on the lower side. So it's going to be right here. Yeah, I got into, I don't want to say building computers, but more knowledgeable about computers because I got a hand-me-down, and I had to kind of see what I got, and it's pretty interesting. And there's no shortage of computer-related YouTube channels out there, so there's always something to learn and consume. And I do that, and I do that on a regular basis. Oh, I made a mistake. It's not this side. It is actually this side. I'm going to have to take that apart. And it's actually the opposite side. Because this was the tall and the low side. When you flip it over, this is the low side. So it should be this one right here. I'll fix the other. Ryzen 5 50 RX 680. Not many honest channels, but too many shills. I think Gamers Nexus is a pretty honest channel. I think they really get to the bottom, and I think they've really stepped up their technical savvy in the recent months, because of the 4090 catching on fire, I think it was. And then now the CPU's catching on fire. He's kind of doing that investigative reporting again, and I think they've been doing an excellent job of that. I don't know if you're familiar with that channel. They present very, very technical videos in an entertaining way. I think the host is interesting to watch. He doesn't hold any punches. And then I watched three other computing channels. I forgot his first name is, but he's focused on GPUs. Something Owen, American. Let me just find it. And the other two is Paul's Hardware. Yeah, Steve is called Paul's Hardware, and it's just the news. It's pretty cool. And the fourth one is PC centric. I think his builds are entertaining, and he seems to always get like top of the line stuff. And I understand what you mean by shills. To be honest, completely honest, I feel the same way about Daniel Owens. Yeah, Daniel Owen. I feel the same way about RC cars. I'm not trying to throw shade. Yeah, Daniel's a good. I'm not trying to throw shade at other channels, but I think there's a couple channels that I can name that we all know that are pretty much just rubber stamping anything they get. And I don't want to be that channel. I have been approached by, they're not name brands, they're just Amazon branch several times to make a video, buy their or get their car and review it on my channel. And it has to be a positive review, right? It has to be. I can't take his car and call it trash. And I honestly feel like several channels have become that. It's just a rubber stamp. Oh, I also watch Jay's 2 Cents. I think he's entertaining as well. So five PC channels. I lost a bumper. I don't see it anywhere. Yeah. So as long as I can, I'm going to buy the kits that I'm going to build so that I can stay impartial and say, like the TT-02 SRX, for example. I bought that myself. I don't know anybody in Tamiya. They have never ever reached out to me. And I said live on stream, I said, this is not really worth, it's not a great car for the money, for what you're getting. And I was really honest about that because I really don't think it is. If you're, I think the only qualifier is if you are looking to race against other Tamiya cars, it's probably a good place to start. But if you're racing anything else, any other touring cars, you're likely to get slaughtered. Even at that price range, that's why I like the 3 racing kits because they are very affordable. And they have a lot more similarities to a $700, $800 touring car kit than a TT-02. Belt driven. Every link is a turnbuckle, kind of like the SRX, but belt driven and composite chassis. Not a tub. It's just a plate. So much lighter. So that's kind of where you should spend your money if you're serious about trying to get into racing. Not the TT-02. If you race against other TT-02s, you'll be fine. Okay, so I need to drive this MB1 and leave about 5 millimeters sticking out. So let's do that. And it should be those 2 right there. Grab this. Pushing WL Toys. Yeah, WL Toys, Rolarlo lately. Yeah, Thomas. I was thinking about a couple Americans. There's another UK channel. Beyond RC, that's I really feel like has become the sales channels. But if we compare channel sizes, obviously it's a better formula than what I'm doing. So, what is that Batman phrase? You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself as a villain. That's how I feel sometimes. The temptation to just go mainstream and be a shill is quite strong, to be honest. Free cars. Get things before they come out. Review samples and stuff like that, and probably getting a lot more views. But I honestly enjoy the kind of content that I make. Not only Tamiya videos. Why did it turn off? Not only Tamiya videos, but also, like the electronics and stuff like that. I enjoy making those videos. Oops. Seven. That's pretty. Could be slightly louder. Did I do something? Did I move? How's this? Let me turn up the audio. If that is the case. I don't know if that is that better? Is that worse? I'm standing, my mouth is really right next to the microphone. Okay. There we go. Yeah, like WL Toys is very tempting. Great big community. Lots of people have jump into that brand because it's so affordable, and I don't blame anybody. And WL Toys have done a decent job of making decent cars to begin with, and then having the ability to provide spare parts, good or bad. Pushing over average. Stereo setup. I'm pushing over. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can make it any louder, so I hope you can hear me. Six, pretty close. I think it's pretty close. It's close enough. Maybe a couple more turns. Oh yeah, I think I was picking up something from the ground, so that's probably why. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna put those sleeves in here. So this. It's a standoff, actually. I thought it was a sleeve. Okay. Mic boost. I don't know. But I'm using OBS, and I really don't want to mess with anything right now. And did I fix this? I think I did. Yes, I think I did. Okay, so these two going to be here, and MB2 again. MB2s are getting their money's worth. All right. I have zero recollection of doing this. I mean, did I really build the TT-01, the Euro truck? Because I don't remember any of this. And it seems like it's not correct. Let me see. Because this is hitting that. So that doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes sense. All right, let me turn it this way. Okay, I'm doing something wrong. Okay, there we go. Need it to seat all the way down. And so why is this? Obviously, it's not supposed to be like that. Any ideas? Do I need to... Why is this? This can't... It can't just have that much clearance, can it? Like I said, I don't remember at all. What does it look like? Oh, it is standing out. Wow. There. Oh, the Okay, it's supposed to look like this. Okay, got it. This screw doesn't go here. It goes right here. The top deck is going to come down and clamp down on everything. So that makes sense now. Oh, I bought a carbon fiber top deck for the TT-02. It's on its way. We'll see when it gets here. Oh yeah, we know the most famous YouTuber, RC YouTuber, that is into destruction. I hate that guy. Yeah. I don't know. I think some folks have been doing it so long, been on YouTube for so long, they just said, screw it. They just said, screw it. I'm just gonna make money. I'm not gonna make videos that make sense anymore. And what is locking? Something is locking this. Let's see what it is. Okay, it's something here. Why is it doing this? That's fine like that, but as soon as it goes all the way down, it gets caught. So why is that? Okay, well, I don't see how that's sustainable, but okay, we'll just see what happens. We'll just continue. Okay, here we go. There's something for everybody on YouTube. I mean, you can get down to the most niche content if you want. I mean, I feel like I'm getting more niche. Narrowing it down to Tamiya on-road and pretty much the TT-01. I'm definitely not building a TA-08 or, something very expensive. I'm definitely kind of staying on the budget, the M chassis, the TT-02s, TT-01, and that's it. This is more or less. I should be able to afford, making videos with these cars, but as soon as I start making, videos of the higher end Tamiyas, there's no way that I can sustain it. Maybe in the future, if the channel grows, this stream grows, it gets some membership or super chats in the long run, a little bit more, a lot more, ad revenue from YouTube, and then it can be kind of self-sustaining. I would love to get to that point, but I'm far away from that. I estimate if just to rely on ad revenue alone, not to sustain my living expenses or anything else, just to sustain buying Nick's kits, I probably need close to 50,000 subs, and I'm at 7,000 right now, so I'm several years away from that, which is fine. We move as we should. There are a lot of channels that are overnight successes, go viral, as so they should. I think I talked about it before, but have you guys seen that the mixing grandma who was making her showing people how to make recipes from her clay stove in like a outdoor kitchen. That's how she started, and she was a immediate success, and her channel blew up. And I think over 1 million subs. I don't know exactly how many subs. The channel name's in Spanish. I think it's something like Grandma's Kitchen or like that. Uh, yeah. Um, that's a great success story. I mean, love that. She's probably making enough money to help out her whole village, not just her own household. Um, and from what I understand, it was just the granddaughter sticking a camera in front of her grandma on a limb, on a whim, and it just overnight took off. I mean, that's great. Okay, this is the correct one. Okay, now let's see. Where is the ESC I'm going to use? Okay, I'm going to use a Tamiya ESC. And the reason I want to use the Tamiya ESC is because of the switch. I think I mentioned it in the unboxing video. There's a giant hole here that fits the Tamiya switches, the TB LE02 and 04S. As you can tell, I took this ESC off of another build. You know, you can screw on there. Otherwise, there would be a hole there, and I don't like having that there. Okay, let's center the servo. We do that by plugging everything in. Always center your servo before putting on the servo horn. Huh. The computer behind me was watching the stream. It fell behind. I'm still doing the dampers according to that computer. I caught it up so I can see what's going on. Okay. So that. Okay, centered now. So I can stick this on. So I'm using the cheapest servo from my video on this car. Is this the right? There's only two. I'm pretty sure it's not the other one. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so probably need the rest of these parts right here. These three parts. It is lighter and it leaves more room for you to, you know, for ESC wiring and, you know, better airflow for your ESC. Pretty much the reason why I pretty much exclusively used a low profile in touring cars. I would not put this in like a Wild Willy, for example. This thing is quite not strong enough. Okay, I need the screw, and could be anything. Let's try the obvious one first, because I hope this one works. I don't think it will. Let's see. Nah, looks like it's working. Okay, cool. Just the MA3, perfect. Okay, now let's do the servo mounts. And there is a decision to make, a measurement to make actually, as to the height, the distance between the top of the mounting bracket and the top of the servo, and what that dimension is. Let's see. I'm going to say it is I think about 6 millimeters. So if it's 6 millimeters, less than 8 millimeters, I'm going to... It's the same mount, it just turned one way or the other. I'll show you. The same mount. My last two kits came with the new ESC and the black heatsink copy. Yeah, it is it's made by Hobbywing. It's called the THW-1060. It says on the box, it says Hobbywing. So there's two sides to this. There's one side that has the kind of cutout, and the other side is solid. And since this is 8 millimeters or lower, I'm going to have the side with the cutout face the servo. So it's going to be this way. And MC2, it's going to be a bag that I have not opened yet. Yeah, a C bag. Let's see. I didn't realize we had opened another bag already. Wow, we're getting into the 11 o'clock hour. Okay, we're getting close. I guess I slowed down a bit in the last hour. All right, let's find those screws. Not there. It should be that one right there. It should be these, right? Not this one right here. It should be this one that has the flange. Okay. Shut down my use super stock. Yeah. What kind of battery were you using? I don't know if it has something to do with the battery or the motor. 7.2. So it's a LiPo, right? The TBLE doesn't have the correct voltage cutoff. So they say don't use LiPos. Could be another issue, I don't know. I've never had that happen to me. And plus I don't have a super stock RZ motor either. So could be that, it could be the battery, it could be something else. Oh, okay. Used to go into auto shutdown. Current draw's too high on the motor. That could be it. It is slightly programmable, so if you looked at the manual, you might be able to diagnose the problem. But I suspect you don't have that car anymore. Or ESC anymore. You didn't use a Super. No, I didn't. I was buying uh, motors that are reasonably inexpensive. I think the most expensive one was like $20. Um, yeah, because the Tamiya motors, I think the red one, Superstock RZ, I think, it's $31. And a lot of people would argue if you're going to spend that much on a brushed motor, you might as well go brushless. Sensorless, brushless, but you would probably just go brushless. I can't really argue with that. As much as I hate those cheap brushless motors out there, those Ghoul RCs and all the other brands that tend to catch on fire, you know, those kinds. I'd rather not suggest people or advocate people go to those kinds of combos, even though a lot of channels out there, when they do brushless swaps, that's the kind of motor that they use, the system that they use. And since I don't want to say I'm coming from a racing background, but I did race before, and I primarily raced fixed timing 17.5. That's what I kind of lean towards. And I've only tried a sensorless, one of those cheap sensorless ones, once. And it just wasn't an experience that was positive. So, yeah, I stopped. Okay, so this is going to be here. And I believe this doesn't even say. Did we build this at some point? No, we did build this. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, I mean, I am. There's no way this will fit through here. What are they talking about? Oh, it's like this. Okay. This way. And it's this way. I mean, I advocate budget everything. I mean, you can see, just from my channels, you can see that, budget servos and other things. But I think the motor in ESC needs to be censored if you're going brushless. I would think I would have at least even a remote memory of doing any of this when I built the Euro truck, but I don't. Zero. I guess that build left no impression on me. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, good. Now, let's set this in here. Let's unplug this. Give us an ESC that was brushless, but now the ESC is only brushed. Well, it's always comes down to cost, obviously. It wasn't a very good brushless, by the way. Especially since you can't run a lipo. It really wasn't a great great ESC. And during the pandemic, this is what I've heard and understand. There is a chip shortage, and so they decided to switch from the Tamiya ESCs to the Hobby Wing ones. And again, it's nothing personal, it's just cost. MB2. Alright. I don't see any more MB. Oh, it's in this bag. Newer Tamiya ESC is faster. It is. The 1060 is faster. You can't go wrong with the 1060. As a brushed ESC, it's the best out there. The advantage of the TBLE, when they were still selling it, when it was still available, was that it was brushless as well. And I think more importantly, it was Tamiya. And for the Tamiya purists, that's what they wanted. Cars now, yeah. Good. Because it's a very good ESC. I have a feeling this steering is going to be wacky. It's not going to work. But that's just me. I think it's going to lock up the problem that we had before. I don't think setting them on this will help, but we'll see. We shall see. And if it locks up, I'll fix it off camera because I won't be able to fix it on camera for sure. I will show it to you guys next weekend if it locks up. It looks like I'm going to make it, which is awesome. I honestly had some doubts. And just based on my not being familiar with this chassis at all. I am pretty sure I can build a DT-02 in one sitting. It's not a terribly sophisticated chassis. I think the holiday buggy body took longer to build than the chassis itself. Okay, let's see. ESC and the switch. Let's grab the ESC. Okay. And the switch is here. So I'll just tape it down. I mean, just look at all this room for activities right here. Look at this. Because of the low profile servo. Let's see. Where is the double-sided tape? I know I saw it when I was doing the unboxing video. It's good for the money. It is, especially since it's free. It's perfect. It's a great motor. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's just a standard torque tune motor. It is definitely, it's decent. I think you use the torque tune motor for everyday bashing and, you know, just having a good time with it. I think there's nothing better. I did like how they include the sports tune in the drift spec, insinuating that it's a faster motor or a better motor than the torque tune, when in reality it really isn't. It really isn't. It's only marginally faster. I think with under 10% faster. I think it was like 6% faster. That's it. Well, I forgot what turn each one was. I think the torque tune is. Does this even line up? This doesn't even line. Oh yes, it does. I think the torque tune is 27 turn, and the sport tune is 23 turns. So technically, at least looking at those numbers, the torque tune would have more torque. At least that's what I'm remembering, statistics-wise, specs-wise. Could be wrong. Hey, RC Trailed Outside, how are you doing? How are we getting? It looks like I will finish in time on stream today. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for asking. Whoops. I've had my struggles this morning, but I think I'm pulling through. If I can just get this darn screw to go into the switch. Yeah. It could be that. It could be those numbers. But even with those numbers, the torque tune would have more torque. Higher the turn, the more torque it has. Lower the turn, the faster it is. At least in brushless terms. I assume they would be the same for brush motors, but the higher the turn, the more torque it has. No problem. No, you can join anytime. It's not mandatory attendance. Rallying my escort in some ground. Oh, nice. That's fun. You actually get to drive your car. That's awesome. Cleaning is not so awesome. And that's probably why I don't like driving them that much. I can't bring the cars inside the house. I mean, in my room anymore after I drive them. They're just too dirty. I'm going to have to stand up because I can't see. I got the microphone like right in my face. Yeah, I can't see anything. If it's a little bit dark, it's because I'm standing right in front of the lamp. And this is just not cooperating. This does not want to be magnetic today. What do you clean your cars with? Do you use Simple Green? Use any other kind of cleaners, or you just kind of hose down your car? If I remember, I usually like to use compressed air. There's a air hose at my local track, and if I remember, that is the best way for me to clean my car, on-road and off-road. There's no chemical smell, there's no wiping or anything. You don't need to soak anything. You just kind of blow all the dirt off. And this is why I used a Tamiya ESC. Just for this right here. Just a clean switch. I wish that the Hobby Wing would come with a switch like that as well. That'd be great. It's like a special Tamiya compatible ESC. Yeah, it's looking good, guys. Looks like I'm going to finish. So ESC receiver goes on top of the servo. So let's do that. Yeah, I'm not making any promises about the steering. I honestly don't think it's going to be aligned properly. It might be locked up, but we'll find out. Yeah, I was saying that I bought a top deck for a TT-02. I'm excited to try that. Stiffen up the chassis. I had a blue chassis, the stiffened chassis, on a TT-02RR, and I've never been able to find another one. I think it came with that chassis, that tub chassis, and I've never been able to find another one, like as a hop up. So yeah, I think that kind of upper deck for the TT-02 would be very interesting. Okay, 4 screws for the upper deck. Right here. I'm going to try to tough it out, but I might need to take a bathroom break. And maybe a snack break, like all in one. I will let you know. Because if my stomach starts growling, it's going to sound quite funny on stream. Okay, goes like this. I like this part about the TT-01, just having this upper brace, and I'm surprised it didn't. The TT-02 doesn't have it. Okay, MA1 and MA4. Let's do the MA4 first, because those are different. MA4 is going to be long. true. I don't think it's this one. It should be a silver one. It should be one of these right here. It should be this one right here. Yep. Today it was just dusty, so I used the compressor blown off. Other times I've taken a hose and cleaned the rest with wipes. Gyro, I fitted a Sky RC1 for a bit of fun. I worked well today on the ground. Yeah, of course. Gyros will help you in the dirt for sure. Oops, wrong shooter. This one. I've had how many? I think 3 gyros. I've had 3 gyros on the drift cars. I've had, all are sold now. I had 3 drift cars, so 1 of each. And then Dumble RC has a receiver that has a gyro kind of built in. So I guess I've had 4 cars, and I had it on a slash, and that you can really see that on a slash on a track. It's great fun. Played a little bit, yeah. I think that the thing with gyros is it has to be adjustable. You can't just have it on full time. It doesn't make you a perfect driver, but it certainly can help. So MA1s are these ones up here. They're not allowed in races. Or at least not on road. But hey, channel strength. Oh, for sure. Okay, MC1. MC1. Short, dark ones. Let's see. So these are the 2 up front. Best budget, yeah. I have the GT3B, which has served me very well because of all the kits I've built and the receiver being so affordable, like $9, $8 each. I've been able to use it, without having to, pull out receivers for every car, for every build. MA2, these longer ones. Yeah, I know it's not the best, and it's probably not good enough for racing, but I have raced with it. And I'm looking to get a new one. There's one from, what is it? I think it's a Fly Sky. I forgot the model number. FSP7 or something like that. I run a Fly Sky GT5. BS6 receiver comes with it built in, yeah. College degree. Yeah. Best budget, yeah. BS6, huh? Maybe, is the BS6, are we talking about, is that a Fly Sky or is that a Dumble RC? What is the BS6? Nice. I like having a deck. I'm not going to do the antenna tube or the transponder mount. I don't have an antenna. This is the one I accidentally clipped the antenna and cut it off. I pinched it. Okay, so motor shroud. Oh, will it fit? It's so close. Fly sky. Okay. Off the top of my head, I don't know which one that is. And I put a screw where I didn't need one. There's a screw right here. Let's see. When attaching, oh, take that one out. Okay. I thought I put this in wrong. I'll put it in. I like this shroud. It was easy to watch the YouTube and push the button and done. Receiver with built-in jack. Oh, nice. I probably won't build a drift car until a 3 Racing D6 comes out. MC5. Because I've already built a TT-02 drift spec. And to be honest, perfectly honest, it's not really a drift car because it's 4-wheel drive. Oh, which reminds me, there are two, I think we have to talk about this, or there are two rear wheel drive conversion kits for the TT-02. If I were to build a drift car, it would just be converting a TT-02. There's a TT-01 one as well, but that would be the only foreseeable future that I would build another drift car. Why is this? Oh, I didn't. I was wondering why this kept moving forward. God, these are so ridiculously tight. Wow. Still? There's still more room. I am literally torquing this thing all the way down. There's no more room to be had. And it's still not tight. What is going on here? Did I do something wrong? Where is this flex coming from? The bottom? These are... No, seriously. I don't know where this is coming from. I mean, I've turned this screw till no return, and it's still... It's not doing that in the back. Wow, I wonder... Huh. Any idea, guys? Hey, Penguer, nice to see you. How are you? Trailed outside. You were in Detroit, right? And where are you from, Pangear? Where are you watching from? You know, I'm just gonna leave it. Just like the steering. We'll figure it out another time. Because I am getting hungry. Like I said, I only had those two potato balls, I guess they're called. Okay, I'm not gluing any tires, as I said. Let me shove these bearings in here. Belfast. Oh, what the heck? Who am I thinking of? Sorry about that. Somebody was from Detroit. Alright, I need to start writing these down. Cannot rely on my old person memory. Near Charlotte. From Brazil. Nice. Very cool. Hey, you're close to Leica. Leica is also in North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina? Yeah, I think it's in North Carolina. Yeah, Leica is also in North Carolina. Very cool. Let's do the wheels. Put the bearings in there. And A7. 2 here. 2 in the other tree. Shoe, glue tires, and you still change. I don't know what you mean, Shelly, but... grab the tires. I know I've had them. And I'm sure they're right in front of me. I know I have them because I showed them to you guys in the beginning of stream. So let me stand up. We're living in Bizarro world again. I found it. I put it in the box. Out of sight. So I'm pretty sure I got these a long time ago, so I'm not sure where they came from. But I'm pretty sure these are just like Amazon $15 a set tires. They look cool though. I like these spokes, but I wouldn't trust this tread to in a race, obviously. And they are directional, so I do need to be watching what I'm doing. Super glue is forever. Was Leica on today? He has built the chassis, and he hasn't done the body because he needed another paint color. I think he said smoke. He needed a smoke color. Yeah, that's the first thing I asked him when I saw him. Alrighty. I think one day, hopefully, I will get to the point where I can have a stream producer, and that person can take notes for me and put them up on the screen so I know what is what. One day, hopefully get there. That would be wonderful. Somebody else run the stream besides me, because it can get a little bit difficult. I cannot find it at the moment, so I will just use one of these. And to buy I wouldn't say bullied. I think convince would be a better word. Even coercion, I wouldn't say bully. No, but it's great, you know, bringing the hobby. No, he was already into RC. You know, TT-02 is such a versatile platform. Anybody can enjoy it. So, you know, as a basher, as a race car, as an off-road car, whatever you want to do with it, it's possible. Oh, put it on there already. That's the wrong tire. I'm trying to have all the things go forward, face forward like this. Hey, I'm really happy that I am building an audience and I'm getting regulars, and it's wonderful to interact with all of you guys once a week. And you know, if you guys have any adventures during the week with your TT-02 or Tamiya, whatever, RC adventures in general, you know, bring it up during the stream. I would love to hear it. I don't get to go out as much as I want to. You know, other responsibilities. And I don't live that close to anything fun. Close enough to go, but not close enough to go on a whim on a weekday and spend a couple hours there. Sergio, if you're still there, I will definitely, if you plan on being there, you can communicate with me on Discord. I don't know if you have Discord or not. You can look me up, or you can just email me. My email's in the About Us section. Let me know what time you'll be there, and hopefully I'll be able to meet you. I think it'll be fun. You know what? I need to register because I want the T-shirt. I keep forgetting to do that. Sergio, if you're still there, if you register, you get a free T-shirt. So, might be worth doing. Honestly, if it wasn't such a long day at the TCS, I would go and race, but there are just so many participants, and they have to run like so many mains. You just end up being there the whole day, and I just can't do that. I've got other things. Maybe if I had an RV and I can just, oops. Is it in the about tab? If not, it's just RC's RC Cars at Gmail. But it should be in the about tab. Data 3. I'm really only on Saturday, Sunday mornings, and empty car park midweek. But yeah. You know, that'll be 1 or 2 batteries, which would be fine. But you know, again, I'm more of a content creator when I drive, so I would need help. I've tried the helmet cam. Just the quality of the video is just not what I want. So I usually need another person, and that other person isn't always free. So a little bit difficult for me. Okay. I have not figured out the body post yet. That's a different situation. Let me grab the body just to show you guys. I have a protoform body. I put the cutout, the tab, the hanger thing in storage already, so I don't know exactly what model this is. Looks like I need to trim the bumpers. The bumper quite a bit, actually. I probably need to round it up because the wheels are way off right now. The wheel well is like right here. But yeah, something to look forward to. At least I cut it out. I mean, cutting it out is usually half the battle for me. And here's the spoiler. So, what do you guys think? Color scheme wise, should I just go for something basic? It's going to be mostly white. I don't know how to do the Marlboro livery very well. I mean, I can tape the lines, but it just won't come out right, I don't think. So maybe able to just make the hood white and then another color, or like what I did last time, just a maybe half body white and half that, half another color. So what do you, pink, huh? Pink. Okay, I have never painted a pink before. I can go grab that actually. Yeah, it would be interesting. I see a lot of pink cars when I was in off-road, indoor off-road, because it just, you can just see the car better. So I don't object to a pink car. I mean, hey, you know, there's this hobby's for everybody. If I can build a car that attracts a different demographic, great. I mean, I don't have a problem with that at all. This is a car that I will probably most likely sell at some point. You know what? Actually, that would be dumb, because then if I need another TT-01, I have to buy another one again. That's what happened to the Euro truck. I had a Euro truck already, and I sold that, and I had to buy this. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I think I will paint it pink. I actually really like the pink idea. So I will go stop by. I don't have pink, so I will go stop by the hobby shop. Plus, it gives me an excuse to go to hobby shop later, which is always good. All right. So hey, oh man, I can't believe I finished. I know I haven't done the body post, and I know the front diff is kind of wobbly there. I'll figure it out. And I don't even know if the steering is locked up, but hey, at least I have something to show for it. So that's really cool. I'm really happy to be able to do this on stream. So a few of you guys joined from the very, very start, and that's awesome. I appreciate every one of you that stopped by and hung out and you know uh, interacted with me on the stream. If you have any ideas what I should build next week, or even in the future, um, right now I'm planning on building the DT-02 Nissan. I'll probably go to Tony's actually. How did you know? I already went to Revs yesterday, so I'll probably end up at Tony's. And I'll call them before I go, and if they don't have it, I'll go to Pegasus. Yeah. Oh, awesome. Awesome. So, hey, thanks for hanging out with me. If you have any feedback or anything, any other cars you want to build, you can. When this stream goes to VOD, turn into a video, you can always leave a comment in there. Tell me what kind of what kit I should build in the near future. If I can grab it before next week, I'll grab it. Something affordable. I hope. I hope. Awesome. Okay. I'll ask for you when I get there. All right, guys. So you guys have a great day, Sergio. Hopefully, I'll bump into you at Tony's, and I will see you guys next Sunday. Cheers.